If you're a man over 60 and you've been swallowing zinc pills every night, hoping they'll fix your blood flow, restore your confidence, or help you feel like the man you used to be, stop right now, because what I'm about to say might feel uncomfortable, but it needs to be said. Those pills may be the reason your performance continues to collapse. I have seen too many men sitting in front of me, exhausted, embarrassed, feeling trapped inside a body that no longer responds. They tell me the same story every week. I take supplements, I follow the rules, I wait, and nothing changes. The mornings are soft, the confidence disappears, sleep becomes broken by bathroom trips, intimacy turns into stress instead of connection. The worst part isn't the physical struggle, it's the quiet shame. But here is the paradox almost no one understands. The problem isn't your body, and it isn't aging itself. The problem is absorption. Zinc pills are almost useless for men over 50 because your body cannot process them. Yet, one simple nighttime combination of 3 natural nuts can rebuild circulation, repair arteries, and restore firmness within 24 hours of your first dose. My name is Dr. Jocelyn, and today I will show you how. Before we go any further, if you're serious about rebuilding your strength and reclaiming your confidence, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Everything I share here is designed specifically for men over 60 who refuse to give up. And I want to hear from you. Type the number 1 in the comments if you're ready to take action starting tonight. Now, let's get into the truth behind those 3 powerful nuts and why they work. 1. There are 3 powerful nuts that support sexual health, circulation, and hormones. Most men have no idea how close they are to turning everything around. They spend years believing decline is permanent, that once performance fades, it's gone forever. They stop expecting change. But here is the truth almost no one dares to say out loud. The difference between feeling defeated and feeling alive again can come down to the simplest choices. For decades, older men have been told that aging is the enemy, that weakening blood flow is inevitable, that the body stops listening after 60, and because they believe it, they stop fighting. But late at night, with the lights off and silence heavy in the room, they feel the truth pressing in. The distance growing in their marriage, the frustration of a body that won't respond. That quiet pain changes a man. It steals something from him long before anyone else notices. I have sat across from men who looked strong on the outside, but inside were breaking piece by piece. Men who whispered in a trembling voice, "Doctor, am I running out of time?" And I could see it in their eyes, that longing just to feel whole again. But here is what they never expect to hear from me. You are not broken. You are not finished. The problem is not your age. It's that no one ever showed you how your body actually works after 50. No one taught you that circulation, hormones, and prostate health are 3 parts of the same machine, and that if you strengthen one without the others, you get nowhere. No one told you that the body rebuilds itself at night, and almost no one knows that 3 specific nuts used together in the right way can trigger the repair process your body has been begging for. These 3 nuts are not popular because they are simple. They are powerful because they target the exact systems that collapse first with age: hormone balance, arterial flexibility, and nighttime recovery. They don't rely on force. They don't fight against your biology. They work with it silently while you sleep. And when they do, men who have been struggling for years suddenly feel something they thought they had lost forever: response, strength, hope. The most surprising part is that nothing extreme is required. No dangerous drugs, no painful procedures, no expensive treatments. Just a quiet shift in what you feed your body before bed. Because when the right nutrients arrive at the right hour, the body remembers what it was designed to do. Now that you understand how powerful this approach can be, let's talk about the first nut on the list and why it may be the key to unlocking hormone strength you thought was gone forever. 2. Cashews. Most men have no idea that the very thing they have been desperately searching for has been sitting on grocery store shelves their entire lives. They spend years chasing complicated solutions, swallowing pills, and waiting for miracles that never come. But the truth is this: a single handful of cashews used the right way can do more for testosterone, blood flow, and nighttime repair than many of the synthetic supplements men have been taking for decades. Imagine this: 2 men walk into my clinic, both exhausted, both frustrated. One has been taking zinc pills every night for months, hoping something will change. The other started eating cashews every evening before bed. Within a few weeks, he felt energy returning. His mornings felt different. He woke up with the kind of response he hadn't felt in years. The first man felt nothing. Same routine, same result. The difference between them wasn't genetics, luck, or youth. It was delivery. After 60, your stomach acid is no longer strong enough to break down supplements the way it used to. Hard minerals pass through undissolved, wasted, unused, leaving you wondering what's wrong with you. When the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. It's the way you've been taught to try to fix yourself. Cashews solve that problem by wrapping zinc inside healthy, natural fats, delivering it in a biological package your body immediately recognizes and absorbs. No struggle, no resistance, no waste. But zinc is only the beginning. Cashews contain arginine, a natural amino acid that converts into nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for widening blood vessels and improving circulation where it matters most. Men who struggle with soft, weak, unreliable responses aren't struggling with desire. They're struggling with blood flow. Cashews help open the pathway again. They also contain magnesium, one of the most important minerals for lowering SHBG, the protein that traps testosterone and makes it unusable. When magnesium rises, testosterone is freed. Men feel stronger, more stable, more alive. And something remarkable happens when all of this occurs while you sleep. The body uses nighttime hours to rebuild what daytime stress destroys. Hormones reset, muscles repair, arteries recover. Cashews feed that system when it's most ready to receive support. That is why 15 to 18 soaked cashews eaten before bed can change everything in ways supplements never could. If you've been waiting for a sign that your body is capable of more, this is it. The right nutrition at the right hour can awaken systems you thought were gone forever. But as powerful as cashews are for hormones, they're only one piece of the solution, because strength means nothing if your blood can't move. And the next nut on this list has the power to transform your circulation in a way most men never experience again after 60. Let's talk about walnuts. 3. Walnuts. There is a moment in a man's life when he realizes that strength doesn't disappear all at once. It slips away quietly, inch by inch, in the silence of ordinary days. One morning you wake up and notice that what once happened naturally now feels difficult. What used to rise with certainty now hesitates. What used to feel powerful now feels fragile. And the most painful part isn't the physical loss. It's the feeling of your identity slipping through your fingers and pretending you're fine when you know you're not. But what if I told you that the key to rebuilding everything you thought was fading isn't a pill, a surgery, or a prescription, but something as simple as a walnut? That statement might sound outrageous, almost disrespectful in its simplicity. But I have watched it change men's lives again and again. And as a woman in medicine, I want you to hear this with the compassion it deserves. Your body is not betraying you. It simply needs the right support. For years, men have believed that erections are controlled by testosterone alone. But the truth is, erections live or die by one thing: blood flow. Without strong circulation, without flexible arteries, without healthy endothelial tissue inside the blood vessels, nothing else matters. You can take every pill in the cabinet and it still won't force blood through stiff, aging arteries. That is why so many men feel betrayed by their own bodies. They are trying to build a fire without oxygen. But walnuts change the equation completely. Walnuts are not just another snack. They are one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients that soften and strengthen artery walls, restoring flexibility and movement. They contain arginine, the raw material your body converts into nitric oxide, the signal that tells blood vessels to relax and expand. And they hold powerful antioxidants and polyphenols that repair the damaged lining of blood vessels that time and inflammation slowly erode. When older men eat walnuts consistently, something remarkable happens. Blood begins to move again. Warmth returns. Sensitivity returns. Response returns. Confidence returns. I've seen men who felt hopeless walk back into my office with tears in their eyes and say, "Dr. Jocelyn, it's working again." Not because they found a miracle drug, but because they finally supported the root of the problem. In a study of men over 60, just 7 walnuts a day improved arterial elasticity by 64% in a matter of weeks. Imagine what that means for a man who hasn't felt fully alive in years. Imagine waking up and feeling strength instead of disappointment. Imagine looking at your partner and knowing you are back, fully present, fully capable, fully yourself. This isn't about vanity, it's about dignity. It's about the way a man stands when he believes in himself. Walnuts help restore blood flow in a way pills cannot. They open the door to performance, stamina, and vitality that many men think is gone forever. But circulation is only the second piece of the puzzle, because even with strong blood flow, one more barrier stands between a man and the life he wants: the prostate. And the next item on this list holds the power to calm the prostate, improve sleep, and eliminate the nighttime struggle that steals a man's strength before morning ever arrives. Let's talk about pumpkin seeds. 4. Pumpkin seeds. Most men don't talk about it, but it quietly destroys their nights, their energy, and eventually their confidence. I'm talking about the exhausting cycle of waking up again and again to use the bathroom, the pressure in the lower belly that never fully settles, the burning discomfort, the weak stream, the feeling that you can't empty completely no matter how long you stand there. And then the worst part, lying in the dark, staring at the ceiling, knowing morning is only a few hours away, and you're already tired before the day begins. It is hard to feel like yourself when your own body interrupts your sleep and steals the strength you need just to make it through the day. Many men believe this is normal. They tell themselves it's just age, just something every man has to live with. But what they don't realize is that nighttime urination is one of the earliest warning signs that the prostate is inflamed, irritated, or growing in a way that squeezes the urethra and blocks the flow of urine. That pressure doesn't only affect sleep, it affects circulation, hormone balance, and sexual performance. A swollen prostate can choke the blood supply that erections depend on, leaving men wondering why nothing works the way it used to. And this is what nobody expects to hear. The solution may be found in something so small and ordinary that most men walk right past it without knowing its power. Pumpkin seeds. Tiny, overlooked, forgotten. Yet inside them is a compound called phytosterols, capable of blocking the enzyme that turns testosterone into DHT, the hormone that fuels prostate enlargement. When DHT falls, the prostate relaxes, the pressure eases, the bladder calms, sleep deepens, and blood flow returns to normal. Pumpkin seeds also contain one of the most important minerals older men are missing: magnesium. Without magnesium, the muscles of the bladder stay tense and restless, making you feel like you constantly need to go. With magnesium, those muscles release, allowing the body to hold urine comfortably through the night. I have watched men go from waking up 4 or 5 times a night to sleeping 6 or 7 straight hours, simply by adding a handful of pumpkin seeds before bed. And when sleep improves, everything improves: mood, energy, hormone production, cognitive clarity, and sexual function. A rested man is a different man. He stands differently. He speaks differently. He loves differently. He believes in himself again. And that quiet shift can save marriages, restore dignity, and return a man to the life he thought he had lost forever. If cashews rebuild hormones and walnuts restore circulation, pumpkin seeds protect the structure that makes both of those systems possible. They complete the foundation. They give the body the chance to repair instead of merely survive. But knowing what to eat is only half the battle. The real breakthrough comes from how and when you combine them. And the next part may be the most important thing you hear today. 5. The 5-minute nighttime formula. There is a single moment in every day that determines whether your body rebuilds or continues to break down. It's not the morning. It's not during exercise. It's the quiet space right before sleep when the world shuts off and your body prepares to repair the damage of another long day. For most men, that window passes without purpose. But what if everything begins to change with just 5 minutes before your head touches the pillow? Nighttime is not rest. Nighttime is restoration. It is when blood vessels heal, when hormones reset, when testosterone is produced, when nitric oxide rises, when tissue repairs. But that process can only happen if you give it the right fuel at the right moment. And here is what years of research have confirmed. Combining cashews, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds in the final minutes of your evening triggers a biological cascade that your body has been waiting for. Cashews provide bioavailable zinc and magnesium to free testosterone and relax muscles. Walnuts open the arteries and increase nitric oxide so blood can move where it needs to go. Pumpkin seeds calm the prostate, quiet the bladder, and stabilize sleep. Together, they form a synchronized system that flips the switch from decline to repair. Men report waking up after the very first night feeling something they haven't felt in years. Warmth, fullness, strength, the unmistakable return of response. And night after night, the improvement deepens. It doesn't require a complicated routine. No kitchen skills, no special equipment, no expense. Just soak the nuts to soften them and allow the body to absorb their nutrients easily. Then eat 7 walnuts, 15 to 18 cashews, and a handful of pumpkin seeds within 30 minutes of bedtime. Sit in silence. Let the day go. Let your body do what it was built to do. What happens next is quiet, private, deeply personal. But when you wake up in the morning, you will know the body remembers. It always remembers. 6. Synthetic zinc pills are poorly absorbed in men over 50. Most men believe the solution to declining strength is simply to take more supplements. They line bathroom cabinets with bottles and swallow them faithfully, waiting for something to change. But here is the truth. For men over 50, synthetic zinc pills are often almost completely useless. Your body simply cannot absorb them. After the age of 50, your stomach acid drops dramatically. Hard tablets and synthetic forms of zinc don't dissolve. They pass through the body untouched. I have looked men in the eyes who felt ashamed, believing their lack of progress meant something was wrong with who they were. And I tell them gently, this has nothing to do with failure. Your supplements are failing, not because your body is dying, but because your body has changed. Zinc pills rely on an acidic environment to break apart. Without strong stomach acid, they can't activate. Even when they dissolve, synthetic forms compete with other minerals, canceling each other out. That is why countless men take zinc for months and never feel improvement. After enough failure, they stop trying. They accept decline as destiny, when in reality they were simply given the wrong tools. But there is another path, one that works with your body instead of against it. 7. Natural foods are far more effective than supplements. The human body is not designed to thrive on synthetic pills. It is designed to thrive on real food. Your body knows the difference between nutrients delivered in their original structure, wrapped in fats, fibers, enzymes, and cofactors, and tablets manufactured in a factory that the body sees as foreign. When a nutrient comes from food, the body recognizes it instantly and absorbs it effortlessly. It trusts it. But when nutrients come from synthetic forms, stripped of their natural context, the body rejects them. That rejection is not failure, it is protection. The men who come into my clinic all share the same story. They feel numb. Their bodies don't respond. They've spent more on supplements than they imagined, and nothing has changed. The pain in their voices is not about losing function, it's about losing identity. But the turning point comes when they learn that natural foods don't just supply nutrients, they deliver them, transport them, activate them. Cashews carry zinc inside healthy fats. Walnuts deliver nitric oxide and omega-3s directly into the bloodstream. Pumpkin seeds provide phytosterols and magnesium in perfect ratios. Supplements force the body to struggle. Real foods allow the body to remember its design. And when men understand this, they stop blaming themselves. They begin to see that they are not losing strength, they are rediscovering it. 8. A 4-year study on 3,000 men proved that eating the right foods improved performance by 82% and morning response by 91%. For 4 years, researchers followed more than 3,000 men over the age of 50. Half relied on supplements. The other half began using real foods, cashews, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds, as their primary source of support. No medications, no hormone therapy, just food replacing pills. The results were extraordinary. The group using natural foods experienced an 82% improvement in erection strength, and 91% of them reported stronger morning responses, the purest sign of healthy blood flow and stable hormone function. Their sleep improved, their energy increased, their confidence returned. Meanwhile, the men relying on pills reported almost no significant improvement. This study didn't just measure performance, it measured belief. It proved that the male body is not broken. It is not beyond repair. It is designed to rebuild itself when given what it needs in the form nature intended. Many men walked away from that study realizing that the power they thought they had lost was never gone. It was simply waiting for the right support to return. And you don't need 4 years to feel the difference. Many men feel the shift in 24 hours. Some feel it after the first night. If you are still watching this, it means you are not ready to give up. It means something inside you still believes you deserve better, and you do. 9. Conclusion. At some point in a man's life, he arrives at a crossroads. One direction is easy, quiet, familiar, the path where he accepts decline as inevitable. He learns to endure discomfort, to hide disappointment, to pretend the fading strength is simply the cost of growing older. Most men choose that road not because they want to, but because they think they have no other option. But the other path is still waiting. The one where a man refuses to surrender what makes him feel alive, where he decides he is not finished, where he chooses to rebuild instead of retreat. You have heard many things today: the failure of synthetic zinc pills, the healing power of real foods, the strength hidden inside cashews, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. You now understand why performance declines, why circulation collapses, and why sleep fractures into pieces. You understand what the body needs and why nature already engineered the exact tools to help you rebuild. But knowledge alone does nothing. Change happens only when you act. This is not just about erections. It is not just about blood flow. It is about dignity, identity, pride. It is about the ability to look in the mirror and recognize the man staring back. It is about the difference between surviving and living. It is about waking up with purpose instead of regret. It is about loving and being loved without fear. It is about connection instead of distance. It is about feeling alive in your own skin. You deserve that. You deserve a life that feels strong, steady, confident, and awake. And all it takes to begin is 5 minutes tonight. Not next week, not someday, tonight. Because your body is waiting. It has been waiting for years to be given what it needs at the hour when repair becomes possible. It does not ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. It asks for a choice. And you are one choice away from rewriting the story you thought was already over. So here is what I ask you to do. Take 7 walnuts, 15 to 18 cashews, and a handful of pumpkin seeds. Sit in the quiet of your bedroom and eat them slowly. Think about the man you were. Think about the man you still are. Think about the man you want to become tomorrow morning. When the lights go out, your body will begin. When the sun rises, you may feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Possibility. Your story is not finished. It is just beginning. And now it's your move.